There are reports around how Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, of course formerly known as Prince Andrew, is spending his final days at Royal Lodge, and he's said to be ranting to himself. Is that right, Andrew?
Well, we go from the tears of the crown to the tears of a clown, don't we? And every week we have more and more scandals. Apparently what's happening now, they're ranting claims. He's round there, he's had a meltdown at the manor, if you like. He's raging in the Royal Lodge. And it's probably the end of the party former prince. Apparently what's happening, he's ranting to himself. He's very upset about how he's being treated. And his ex-wife, Sarah, seeks solace in the secret doghouse bar. And she's apparently persuading staff members to stay late so she can have a drink with them while they basically lick their wounds. But it's been a terrible time for the former prince. As we say, every single week there have been these revelations. More and more emails have been leaked, and more people are trying to distance themselves from him. It's basically a lot of loneliness, a lot of soul searching is going on from this massive Royal Lodge, which you and I have spoken about previously. It's a 30-bedroom mansion where they've been living a number of years. He pays a peppercorn rent. As you know, he paid £1 million at the beginning of his lease, and then paid a tiny amount, a peppercorn, on the basis that he would obviously pay for the upkeep. He's now received this summons from the US to appear for the US Congress. Basically, when he sort of this email revelation has come out saying to Epstein, "We are in this together." And they believe that he's got a lot of information that could help with their inquiries. He's supposed to respond to that by the 20th of November. Watch this space. He has resisted any temptation to answer questions beforehand. You might remember in that BBC interview, he said he would go on the advice of his lawyers. Well, certainly to date, he hasn't contributed to clarity in that sort of way. I always say that sunlight is the best disinfectant. Let's see what happens, but I wouldn't be too surprised if he does remain stumm.
Yes, I tend to agree with you there. There are also questions over what the royal family is going to do with Andrew this Christmas, because it seems very unlikely that the former Duke will be invited to King Charles's family celebration on the Sandringham estate.
Oh, no, absolutely. And we always say he's not going to be invited around at the Monopoly table. This is what the ruthless Prince William, as we called him, basically, he got his wish. They were reminded daily about how uncomfortable he felt at the Duchess of Kent's funeral when Andrew was trying to sidle up to him and try to exchange a few words. And I know quite a few lip readers who can tell you what they really said under his breath. But the reality is, no, they are desperate to get away from Andrew. They're desperate. No one wants to be seen with him. So the concern is this, his Christmas nightmares. Basically, the daughters might ditch dad for Sandringham. We'll see what happens on that sort of basis. And he could be left in solitude. So those close to him are saying, well, where's he going to spend Christmas? Last year, they spent it together. His daughters went off to their own family members, to their husbands' families, effectively. But Fergie will probably go off somewhere hot. And Andrew could well be left alone eating a meal for one bought from the local supermarket.